This video is brought to you by Video Blocks. Head to Video Blocks for stock HD videos and backgrounds. Link in the description for 90% off. Videoblocks.com. Alright, so welcome back everybody to another Mumbai 212 video. And back at you guys after a big win against the New York Giants. 3-3, tied for first place in the NFC East. Everyone thought the season was over, and now look at us, first place in the NFC East. Still got a ways to go, but before I start, you can see a little bit of a different background this video. Just trying to switch things up. Instead of me just sitting at the desk over there, show you guys the background. So you got the Flyers, all the Philly teams, stuff like that. Repping the Flyers with my hat. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get into that game. That pass rush was so good. I'm going to get into the positives first. Vinny Curry, Fletcher Cox, Connor Barwin, Cedric Thornton, everybody on that defense pass rush was so good. And especially after that first Giants drive, I thought, oh man, here we go again. The Eagles are going to throw away another division game. The season's definitely over if they lose that game. But they strung it together, they relaxed, they calmed down, and they only held them to those 7 points they scored in that very first drive. So, really good defense. And I'm going to point out something about the defense a lot of people think is a weakness, is the secondary. Nolan Carroll returned a pick 6, and a lot of those sacks and hurries and stuff like that we got on Eli Manning, those were coverage sacks. And what I mean by that is those sacks came from good coverage on the back end. They came from Eli Manning having to hold the ball a little longer because no one was open. So that means Maxwell was doing his job, Carroll was doing his job, Maragos, Thurman, Jenkins, all those boys, that means they were doing their jobs well. Because Eli Manning has been notorious for just, whoop, getting the ball out quick, whoop, getting the ball out quick. One of the quickest releases in football. So, it's really good how we had that back end covered up. We basically contained Odell Beckham for the second half. First half, he kind of balled out on us, but after that, we just completely shut him down. Had one target, and he didn't even catch that ball. So, yeah, those were the positives. Defense, definitely a big positive. Now let's get into some of the negatives. Offense was okay, and it sputtered at times. It was inconsistent at times, like it has been all year. Sam Bradford made a couple of beautiful throws, especially that throw to Riley Cooper for that touchdown. He put that ball only in a place where he could get it. He threw it into double coverage, but he put it right in a spot where he could get it. No one else could get to that ball except for Coop. So that was a good positive. The running game got going. DeMarco Murray had 106 yards off of like 20-something carries though, so I don't know. And Matthews, I think, had like 60 yards off 9 carries. That definitely tells you who's more productive. I feel like Murray's going to get more carries, but Matthews is going to make the most of his limited carries. Especially with what we're paying DeMarco Murray, he better be getting the most carries because we're paying him a whole ton of money. And we're not paying him that money to go sit on the bench. So, hey, I mean, that'll help us win games. If Murray gets the most carries and he gets like 100-something yards, and if Matthews gets limited carries but he makes the most of them, I'll live with that. But, like I said, into the negatives here. Sam Bradford, wow. Some of these throws were just terrible. I think he had 3 interceptions to just 1 touchdown, so that's definitely not good. Some of the decision making is really bad. I like the way that how he tried to keep plays alive. Like especially spinning out of sacks, he's stepping up in the pocket. I like that he's showing more command in the pocket. But the receivers on the Eagles, they should be used to this when they had Vic. Most of these people on the receiving end, like Ertz, Selleck, Cooper, they were here when Vic was here, and Vic would spin out of stuff. He would be extending plays, and then they would get long passes down the field. So they should be used to, if their route doesn't work, they shouldn't just stop. They should switch routes and mirror what the quarterback is doing. It didn't seem like any of the receivers were doing that. Bradford would spin out of coverage. He would look downfield, and everyone would just be stand in their spot. Like, dude, you're supposed to move. That's what makes Seattle Seattle. Wilson will spin out of stuff, and then the receivers will move along with him so they can catch the ball. But Bradford, I mean, we went from saying he has no confidence to I think he's a little overconfident now. This man is just stepping back and just slinging the rock with no abandon, like reckless abandon. This guy is just standing back, slinging it 30, 40 yards in double coverage and expecting his receiver to make a play. Like Bradford, I don't think you realized it yet, but we don't have Megatron on this team. You can't just sling it up there and expect somebody to come up and get it. We have pretty average receivers on this team. So he needs to calm down a little bit. I mean, I'm fine with him taking shots down the field, especially taking shots and then getting a pass interference penalty on the defense. That's a lot of good quarterbacks do. But not every play just drop back and throw it down the field. I mean, come on, man. We had a chance to get like 30-something points on the board. We just left points hanging because of that. Matthews, man, Jordan Matthews, this guy needs to... Here's the thing, he shows flashes, like he'll catch the ball and he'll spin out of tackles, he'll break tackles and stuff. And you're like, wow, this guy is amazing, he's going to be our future. And then the next play, Bradford drops back, throws it to him, and he drops a wide open one. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. Josh Huff really is making a lot of plays, but the guy is getting injured way too much. I think he had like a couple catches and he made people miss, but then he just gets injured afterward. So I don't know, man. If you're gonna be a star receiver on this team like he wants to be, he's gonna need to stay on the field to make those plays. Trying to think of something else. Good pass rush, good overall defense, good offense. Yeah, you know. So yeah, and before I leave, before I end this video, a lot of people have been messaging me talking about I want to make a YouTube channel, but I don't got no equipment or nothing. I want you guys to take a look at what I'm rocking with right here. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even have a tripod. That's my electric heater that I have in my room. A whole bunch of textbooks from school, and then some shoe boxes. I put them on top, and then I'm recording. So, for those of y'all saying, and you guys know who you guys are. For those of y'all saying that you can't make a YouTube channel because you ain't got no equipment, get out of here with that BS, man. I'm over here. It's the struggle, man, but you know what it is. Anyway, this has been Movie 212. Tell me in the comments if you like that background, if you want to see me back at the desk or whatever. Whatever you guys want. But this is Movie 212. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace. Fly, Eagles, fly.